resources. Let's see here. Stuck in the middle with you? Maybe.
There's Ant-Man, there's Ant-Man and the Wasp, and then there's Ant-Man...
The Quantum
or something? I don't think I've seen the third one.
I haven't seen the third one either. I haven't seen the second one. So.
Ant-Man, Quantum of Solace. Oh, wait. That's James Bond. All right. So really just so you know, our audio is live on stream.
Okay. Thank you. It'll be really interesting to see how things shake out with the writer's strike going on. The last time this happened, things were horrible. It ended one of my favorite shows on TV at that last time, which was Heroes.
Heroes had run its course by then. It was getting kind of stale.
Yeah, honestly. Yeah, it did.
It's like every person they ran into had a superpower. It's like it was no longer unique. Originally, it was like unique to a few people, but then like everybody had powers, and it just got weird.
Yeah.
I never watched Heroes.
Oh, season 1 of Heroes is phenomenal.
Oh, absolutely. And I think even the second season was still pretty good. But
yeah,
it went downhill.
Well, the second season started. It was mid-second season that it got canceled.
Was it?
Because they had the second season. Second season. I thought it was second season finale, and then it. Yeah,
and it was done.
It was done because of the writer's strike. Like they finished the first half of the second season without writers, and you can tell it got real bad. I was doing some research this morning, so I gave you the map of Otari from this, which is the beginner's guide book, and then I was digging around in here, which is the first book of the Big Adventure, and there's a map of Otari and explanations of more shit and people. and pictures and stuff, and I'm like, oh, this is fucking
Did you
cool.
did you put it in somewhere where we can see it?
I sent the map of Otari to the
I saw that in
messenger
chat.
Yeah. The map isn't much different. There's just a couple other named locations. But it's like there's pictures of people that aren't in the beginner's adventure. Like they mention the people, but they don't have pictures of them. Should see if I can round up all these pictures. Tom, is there a way that we can show pictures of characters easily? I don't know that there is. I mean, I know ways of doing so. I mean, I could share my
pictures
screen.
when, like, on our screen instead of us.
No, like when you're going to talk to an NPC.
Oh,
Like the Chica. Oh, that isn't her. That's Vandy Branderdash. But like there's great artwork in these books. There's Vandy Branderdash. She's a person. There's the mayor. I mean, it's a little dark because of lighting shit. But all this great artwork of these characters, and it's like there's a way I could get that artwork up. Like in here even.
I mean, yeah, if you give me a picture, because I mean, I can turn pictures on and off if you give it to me ahead of time.
I mean, there's that Chica who's in here, and
so I know you have the physical book, but I know that in Discord in the past we've been able to share screen.
Yeah.
So you could it could potentially change your profile pic of yourself to a screen, but you'd have to have it digitally and ready to go. And
yeah, I'd have to find a way to do it, and I'd have to have like all the pictures on the ready. I mean, like I can pull. I got a pretty good size picture of Andy here, and I wonder if I can. Problem is on here. Yeah, there's no picture of her. Where's yes? Yeah, oh, how do you say?
I know Ryan's done it quite a bit.
Yeah. That would be this I'd have to get them all. Yeah, there's more libint. Yeah, I wonder if I could find a way to do these. Can I get the picture out of the text, sticky note, highlight image, copy image? Oh, I wonder if I could copy and paste. Copy the image out of there and paste it somewhere.
Do we have an owl bear for this week?
No. Tom can put up the map that I did if he wants. I know that probably throws a kink in your side. I could actually load that into Owlbear quickly if you want, Tom.
Nah, that's fine. I can go in and grab it. I'm not concerned.
I was gonna say, let me see if I can find a better version of the map. I will get. Let's see, Otari. Is there a way of map? Otari history. City districts. That's Absalom. I don't want Absalom. Cortos. Elmenwood. Immenwood. Morning, Ryan Kukta.
Morning. What's going on, boyos?
Tedious video work.
I was saying earlier, now that you're all here, I will say to all of you, when we finish up this adventure and we do our shift from Sword Coast to here, we're not going to hit the big adventure right away. I'm going to subtly slide into that big adventure, but we're going to explore this town. This town is freaking cool. As I'm reading it all, there's all kinds of neat NPCs and places and history of this town. Like it was an adventuring party that founded this town. Some of the members of the town are descendants of that adventuring party still. And it's fucking cool. It's neat. I like it. And the main temple here, which Ryan, you would know, Lady Syl would know. In fact, if Lady Syl is from here, she probably spent some time working here. Is the Dawnflower Library, which is a temple of Sarenrae. Which, if I pull up the map, is 15 on the map. And then 16 is the graveyard that's on a cliff above it. It's not right on the water. It's up from the water 30 feet or so. There's a sheer cliff that drops out into the water. And when the sun rises in the morning, it shines on the roof of that temple. And it's... Yes, it is.
I want you to delete this message.
Sarenrae's temple. The Dawnflower. The Healing Flame and the Everlight, Sarenrae, is a goddess who teaches temperance and patience in all things. Compassion and peace are her greatest virtues, and if enemies of the faith can be redeemed, they should be. And those are her beliefs. Your god's non-evil, correct, Ryan?
Neutral.
Neutral? Yeah, okay. Non-evil. So that is not evil. So yes.
But I mean, if you break down the attitude of my god, it feels a little vindictive. So
it just says this: the Dawnflower Library is welcomes all non-evil faiths. So neutral, you're non-evil. The evil faiths it openly rejects.
got her, otter.
Yeah.
My god's better than your god.
Are we using owlbear today?
Nope. There's gonna be just the map as reference. It's gonna be a lot of theater of mind. There's a lot of stuff in Otari. Lots of peoples too. There's a mayor. There's a chief of the guard, or the captain of the guard, I should say. Yeah, they're all. There's the worst kept secret in Otari. Kind of fun. I'm gonna go to the bathroom quick before we start thinking about that.
Yeah, I need coffee, so. All right, I'm going to do this. We're on screen and we have audio, so, I mean, we haven't frozen yet.
Farm is winning today.
What's up, Rick? How you doing?
I'm good. Norm, you want to clear? Oh, never mind. He left. No.
See ya. Bye.
Okay, bye.
Goodbye. Okay, bye.
Mm-mm.
Looking for you. Alright, so.
So I don't know if you guys. I think everybody had pretty much everything in their inventory correctly. And then other than Munch would have given Chuck all of the money when he was giving him the stuff for the healer's tools. He would have just given him all that stuff that came from the chest. So what I had in the notes was what was left over after. I think we took 5 gold worth out.
Oh. Did you want me to add that to mine then? You had it here.
Yeah.
14
Yeah,
copper
whatever.
and 20 silver. I'll add that to Chuck.
Yeah. Yeah, originally I had kept all the copper, but then I'm like, you're not going to want to carry around 200 copper, so I assume we use the copper to buy the healer's kit. And look like you already are healer's tools. Look like you already had the healer's tools.
I did.
And Ryan, if you're really interested in those hand wraps, we do have enough stuff. It's just a matter of getting it all sold and getting you the cash.
My next, I mean, my Kitsune variant is more interested in the hand wraps, so I've got time yet.
Okay.
All right. So Chuck's got that added to his.
Yeah, I was looking. It looked like you added it to your second character.
Yeah.
You have to give it the +1. You just have to add the fundamental rune of weapon or of whatever, and it's just in the customize or in the one of the things you can customize in it, and that's what'll give you the bonus.
Oh. You might have to.
So yeah, instead of having like
me as I'm in there.
Yeah, instead of having like plus whatever weapons being all separate items, it's one item, and then you can add the different stuff to it, like the +1 in the striking and other qualities to the same item to make it better. Because you can always pay to upgrade a normal weapon.
Oh, got it. So, like, what is striking? Is that?
So
I saw that there's a much better version of the hand wraps that is much more expensive.
yeah.
And it gives you striking.
So if I'm correct, striking says whatever damage die you typically use an extra one. And if it has like striking 2, you'd use 2 extra ones.
Interesting. Okay. So that's how the game kind of
levels up, yeah. So you don't have to necessarily find a +2 or a striking 2 or whatever it is weapon. You can always find a place to upgrade your stuff.
Add that rune. Okay.
I can get you that code, Rick. No one else has yet.
Oh, I'm sorry, I didn't see that. I do have it somewhere, but
Wanderer's Guide. Wanderer's Guide.
I think there's an F in it.
GM tools. I think you're right, Jeff. Campaign. 2 nerds, 1 quest.
And Norm, you want to clear out Showbot?
Ooh,
the titles?
good call. Good call. Thank you, sir.
Somebody farted.
Just did. I farted.
Exclamation S. Exclamation S.
Let's see.
Clear
Hey,
Showbot.
Jeff, I'm gonna deactivate the content sharing in the 2 nerds 1 quest D&D Beyond. If you could activate content sharing there for me, I'll let you know when I do it.
Oh, okay.
And so that then I'll have Mike do it in that run one. Then I should be okay.
Your subscription ending?
Yeah, it will be coming up.
Okay.
I went through and PDF'd a bunch of characters and deleted them and got under my cap and I'm like, yeah, here we go.
So how does that work if you are you can still have a campaign, right?
Yeah.
Like it wouldn't get rid of, it just means you can't
could.
content share.
Exactly. So I'll be curious to see how it works. It may collapse.
Well, that would be just like any other campaign party or otherwise at some point.
Exactly.
You kind of have to always expect a TPK. Even if it's a TPK OBS.
Rick, how do I get this to you?
Hey, do you guys hear the sound effects or like the shop?
That's very expensive.
Yep.
That's
Yeah.
very expensive.
I have it turned down, but I can hear it.
Yeah, I have it turned down too.
Yeah.
You don't want me making voices, Tom?
Oh, I
So just to check, I'd kind of mentioned it in the thing. Tom, you sold the it looks like you didn't have your flail or the other shield anymore. Did you add some gold to replace it?
No, because I was waiting for John to tell us what
Okay.
cost and everything was.
Okay, just to make sure, because some of the stuff wasn't
He did do
probably
that,
as high
but
quality.
he doesn't. We haven't
And-
technically done it yet.
Mhm.
Okay, and I was gonna say on the walkout, I don't know if we're role playing it on the walkout, but I think all the kobolds had armor and spears that may have some value if we're just going to sell stuff. That Munch would just be kind of pack muling it all out.
Sure.
Just whatever that might be worth.
Whatever.
I know it's like a normal leather armor is 2 gold and a spear is 1 silver, but these would be probably well worn. So
That's what those look like. Gremlin Pug Wampy. I saw that referenced today.
What?
Obviously a gremlin pug wampy.
A Gremlin
mean-
Pug Wampy.
Clearly.
Oh, I got it right. Weird.
That thing.
That
And
looks
then
like
if I
a
go over like this,
dog.
this I imagine is Chuck. Although you can't really see it very well.
This is a little blurry.
Yeah. I could turn
I
off.
changed my picture so that I'm Chuck. Where's Chuck?
Oh, nice.
I gotta hang on.
Where did you put that picture, John? Was that in Discord or was that in?
No, that's in the messenger.
Oh,
Do you
there we
need
go.
it in Discord?
Nope.
Which one? The map?
Yeah, I just
Yeah.
Map.
I didn't scroll far enough.
I'm the map. No, sorry.
I'm the map. I'm the map.
I love lamp. This is Otari.
Otari.
Oh, Tari.
Otari. I found out something interesting today. Okay.
But Otari rhymes with Atari?
No. Usage. On any given item, there's a thing called usage. And if it has a usage of worn and calls out a specific spot, like usage worn, give me a second.
Belly button?
Usage worn eyepiece, you can only have one of those on at a given time. So usage worn belt, you can only wear one belt. It's kind of the attunement.
Slots.
Yep. Usage worn gloves. But if it says usage worn, you can wear as many of those as you like. Typically necklaces and bracelets.
I have a gold ring.
You could wear that.
I have to imagine that Munch is just blinging himself out, carrying the jeweled short sword, the gold ring, wearing the eggshell necklace, becoming a
And draw
walking.
attention to us in town.
Yeah, exactly.
The blinged out goblin.
I'm coming.
He shows everybody he meets the giant emerald too, probably.
People are gonna think you're stealing from the mine, Munch.
But it is mine.
Heyo.
Oh,
She
Jeff,
did
I love
that.
you.
That was good. This is good.
Was it though? Was it really?
Was it though?
Yes, it was.
Are you sure?
Oh, I don't.
We are not healed up, right? After last session, we are still.
Correct.
Yeah, I think we were gonna take enough time to at least not be at 2 and 3.
Yeah.
With the healing kit that we had. But then probably wait until we're out and about to heal.
I am assuming you are going to spend enough time in Otari to bring yourself back to full.
Because we said with the healer's tools, we really didn't have to go out. We could do it. It would just take some time, and then a one night sleep to get the spells back.
Yep.
But
Mhm.
so really, Otari could be a one night, or it could be whatever.
We'll plan on it being one night.
Okay.
Which I should actually have a place for you to stay.
All right, show title: One Night Stand in Otari.
Night stand in Otari.
Boom, done.
One night in Otari.
I appreciate a lady that appreciates value.
Munch is walking out with a piece of furniture. It's like, what's that? It's a one night stand from Otari.
One nightstand from Otari.
That was a good costume from Ryan's wife.
That was pretty good.
I think that was true.
There's truth in that. Make sure my phone is silenced.
Yeah, we're not going to have opening credits or closing credits because I was focused on doing this.
Oh.
And I have
I'm not
to
gonna
figure
get
out where I
pointed at?
stuck the... What's that?
I said I'm not going to get pointed at? What?
Oh, you'll get pointed at.
So do we have to make the sound like? No.
Yeah, no, don't do that.
I'm into it.
Let's see here. This is what I will say to you.
Leave, or I'll call the guard.
Leave, or I'll call the guard.
Well,
Good day.
oh,
I should
where
turn
is
that
it?
up.
That's a tavern.
I said good day.
I said good day.
Grades, not stories.
I wonder.
Wonder. Ba-doo-doo.
Fish.
Uh-huh.
Looks like a bunch of taverns. So
You guys will all probably want to mark out 13.
quest.
13 is going to be a very important place for TBD.
Okay. I was gonna suggest that, so it's good that our minds are synced.
Yeah.
So as far as staying somewhere, did you say a little bit earlier that Ryan's character's from Otari or spends a lot of time? So like he might actually have a house. Or I'm sorry, she might actually have a house, or somewhere that she regularly stays that's not a tavern or inn.
Does Lady Scylla have a house, or does she stay at the
She
Dawnflower
would have.
Library?
She would have historically stayed at her clan's citadel, but
Okay.
since then she's she's probably been staying at some in the inns or at the library.
At the
Maybe-
library itself.
Possibly the Church of Sarenrae has some low rent housing.
The Dawnflower Library. You may have to go talk to Vandy Banderdash. Which,
Write that down, genius.
you should write that down, Brian. She's connected to Lady Syl. That's the head of the Dawnflower Library. She is a
Bandy Banderdash.
Vandy, Vandy. Last name Banderdash, Banderdash. Vandy Banderdash. Just how you think you'd spell it.
All
honestly.
of these characters have such fun names.
Mhm.
And we've only met two of them so far. Well, one and
And
a
what
half.
was she head of? The library? Did you
The
say?
Dawnflower Library,
Got it.
which is the temple to Sarenrae in Otari. If you look at the map, that's number 15. And 16 nearby is the graveyard. I imagine between 14 and 15, some of those houses, that's housing owned by the Dawnflower Library for... that's where if you stayed on the Temple's Dime, that would be where it would be. In that, probably that first block right there from 15 up the road to the north. Norm, it's 8:37. Are we ready?
Oh.
You haven't pointed at me.
Oh, yeah, my bad. I wasn't even paying attention to the time. You guys were talking and I was getting shit ready.
Hello, everybody, and welcome to... Yeah, that's right. No music, because Tom reset OBS. So hopefully we stay on the level here, right? On the square, on the level.
All right, Axe.
That's
You
my
ready-
hope.
You ready to swear right here, right now, to the devil? Because that's what it might take.
If swearing to the devil makes all this shit work,
Done. You're in.
I think I've seen that movie.
That is one Tom M. Norman who reset all our shit this morning. Stuff this morning. I am your host and DM, JC Dittmer. That other man chiming in is one Jeff. I always want to say Doc, but it's Munch now, Jeff Munch Williams, and that's going to change again in a few weeks.
It'll
Man
get
that-
easier, I think.
I hope so. I think so. That man flexing and stretching there in the great fedora is one Ryan Crixus Kukta. He will forever be Ryan Crixus Kukta. Playing Lady Sil this morning, though. And last but not least, the latest addition to the Two Nerds One Quest adventure, one Rick Chuck LaFave. Rick Chuck.
Good morning.
Rickshaw. It's fun.
You will forever be Rick Chuck.
Rick Chuck.
So, Jeff, you got a recap and maybe a limerick?
Sure.
For Lore Master, Lazy Dragon, all that other stuff.
All that other stuff. Yeah, I think I have a disproportionate amount of the opening credits there. Last session, last session we avoided and then disarmed the trap, and went into a room that spoke out with a booming voice, and we had to solve a puzzle involving coins in a statue, where one of them was fake. Chuck used his intellect to solve the puzzle, or maybe it was just Rick, but Rick as Chuck. As we solved the puzzles and heard a click from another room, we got to keep the coins, including the fake one that was involved in the challenge. We found a secret room that had gears and pulleys and a chest and a kobold that we beat up. Bob disarmed the trap, and we found some coins and a spell scroll and an emerald. But then Bob attacked the chest when it wouldn't move, and it apparently rearmed and got stuck in the rearm position. The next room had some large pillars. Bob stepped on a dart trap, but he dodged it. And then we had to fight off some kobolds, which we thought we saw one figure running off up some stairs, which we found out later were there. And then after the battle, we of course were investigating and took a lot more damage from the traps that were just hanging around. And so we decided it was probably in our best interest to head back out and take a night of rest and sell some things and buy some things.
One correction, the kobold that ran off ran downstairs.
Oh, down
Not
the
up.
stairs. Sorry.
Just to be clarification.
Munch doesn't know numbers or direction very well.
Directions, yeah, up and down.
So, success as we cleared the first map and we found some valuable crap. Time to buy some more gear, possibly grab a beer, and heal from those last couple traps.
Nice. Very nice. I had this thought in my head that Munch not knowing up from down, he like falls up and throws down. Like when he eats too much, he'll throw down.
Yeah. Sorry, Chuck. I threw down again. I threw down in your shoes.
As long as you turn your head the other way when you throw down, you're fine. Don't look at me.
Turn your head off.
I would argue that throwing down on people's shoes is useful.
In them.
People listening to him think he's constantly getting in fights, but he's just throwing up. I threw down again.
Well, that's probably how it started, is because he threw up, but it went down. And so when someone said he threw up, he thought that meant down. And then trying to figure out what that actually means, he's just all confused.
Or you threw up on someone's shoes, and that led to a throwdown.
Yeah.
And you heard someone mention throwdown, so you assume that that is throwing down now.
Yeah.
Common's weird. Just for a side note on my music thing, I just put on Never Gonna Give You Up by Rick Aschuk. When you said Rick Aschuk.
That's funny. Right.
So you gather up all your stuff and make your way back out through the dungeon, gathering up. Did you happen to count how many leather armors, Jeff? And it sounds like something you would do. Leather armors and spears you gathered up?
I feel like I did at one point. How many would I be able to carry? Because I know there was 4 in the one room, 2 in the other room, and 1 little one. So I would say 7, but 7 leather armors might be a lot to carry with. And I think each of them had maybe 3 or 4 spears. So probably not carrying it all out.
2 to 3 spears. Is anyone helping Chuck as you guys walk or Munch? As you guys walk back, you notice he's like pulling the armor off these guys and kind of throwing it over one arm. And after the first room where there was like the room you get out of, he seems like he's kind of got his arms full. You go into that room where there were 4 of them, and he stops and he starts doing it again. And he's getting to the point where it's almost comical. He's got it piled up in front of him. There's spears sticking out and stuff, and he can't see where he's walking. Is anyone assisting him?
No,
No.
not if he doesn't ask.
Do you ask
enough.
him?
No.
All right.
Chuck could help direct him where to walk, but I'm useless in trying to carry stuff, and he knows that.
Okay. That's
Mhm.
probably why he's trying to do it all himself.
Yeah.
Because you normally don't carry stuff, and he's not used to having other people with you.
Yeah, he heard him say go back and sell stuff, and so he's been kind of just grabbing stuff that looks sellable.
Then what I would like is a perception check from Rick or from Chuck to assist Munch getting around the doors. Munch, acrobatics or athletics check to do this. And you
13 on the perception.
13 on the perception, yes. You get a +1 to your roll for the assistant from.
I'm going with athletics. I rolled
Okay.
a 13 plus 1 would be 14.
Okay.
And I chose athletics because I'm assuming like he's not too concerned about bumping into door frames, so he's probably using the doors as guides to keep going. Because he's kind of bouncing himself through the place.
You don't drop anything. You end up with 6 sets of armor because that's about the best you can carry. The fact that it was only a 14 out of the 8 spears you brought up, you broke 4 of them from hitting them on the doors. So they're not going to sell well. So you have 4 spears that will sell well and 6 sets of armor that will sell well. So you make your way back up top. So you guys come out of the Otari fishery warehouse. The Otari fishery is 12, right there on the river by the dock, or on the water by the dock. It is, as you come out, there's a commotion out. Well, you think it's a commotion. But you guys have all lived in Otari for a little while. You understand that, what is her name? It's the chica's name. Tamerly.
Gladys.
Not
Tamerley.
Susan.
Yep. She is running. It's in the evening. It's evening time, and she is running typically the games she runs at night. She does gambling games and feats of strength and like horseshoes and hand grenades.
Feats of strength. No. Strength of feet.
That too. There is a couple guys wrestling. This is something she typically does for entertainment. It is all centers around gambling, and she ends up using the entry fees for prizes for the games at the night. It's just a gathering place that people blow off steam after working hard. Beyond the general chaos of this gathering, which as you start to watch, it is less chaotic than it sounds as things are organized and there are people running these different games. You do hear the steady sound of the sawmills and logs being stacked that always echoes down from the cliff over the east side of town. That continues onward through the night. Lady Sel, when you first moved to Otari, it was a bit disconcerting, but now it is like a white noise to you every night as you sleep. Same with all of you moving to Otari. It might not have bugged some of you as much as others. I imagine the goblins were used to the mining operations that they came from, so having that steady working sound of an establishment continually droning on through the night didn't affect you guys as much. You want to sell your goods. The problem that you're thinking as you come out and realize how low the sun is in the sky is that most of the shops of Otari are probably closed for the night. The open places would be the bars. And that's kind of it. The bars, the library, the Dawnflower Library is always open. It's open 24/7. I believe it's 7. I think there are 7 days a week in Galarian. I know one of the days of the week is Desna, so that's all I know. I will get more of that information for you, Jeff. I know you love it.
No, I'm pretty sure I read that it's basically an Earth replica. So
I'm sorry you roboted on me. You pretty sure you read what?
that it was basically an Earth replica for Calendar.
All right. So what would you guys like to do as you come out?
Well,
Do my best to follow them.
I'm going for a beer.
You're going for a beer. Where would you like to go? There is the Crow's Cask, which is popular among farmers and merchants. There's the Crook's Nook, which houses the Otari's worst kept secret, the Thieves Guild that is run out of the attic. Or there is the unconventionally named Rowdy Rockfish, which is actually a surprisingly quiet tavern that you could go have a drink and maybe a chat with people and not have to sit and watch bar fights.
Would we be familiar with all of these bars and what they... Okay.
You are citizens of Otari.
Oh, that's right. Yep. Okay.
You are all from Otari. So you are familiar with all these things. So one thing you would know is that at the Crook's Nook, which is 10, that bar is literally a bridge across the river, and there are trap doors in the bar floor that people will wrestle over, trying to throw each other down into the river. So that tends to be a rowdier market.
I would think that would be the normal stop, but considering we've got gear and stuff and Munch is looking all blinged out, that might not be the best unless we're looking to attract attention.
Yeah, I would probably
Crow's
recommend
Cask
us going to the Rowdy, the whatever it was, the Rowdy Cock or whatever it was.
Rowdy Rockfish.
Nice.
The Rowdy Rockfish.
Mm-hmm.
All right.
Perfect.
On your way to the Rowdy Rockfish, you pass through 11, which is the Otari Market. You see most of the wagons are filing out. There's a couple of wagons still that have are packing things up, but the market is done for the day. You cross, rather than crossing through the Crook's Nook, all blinged out, you decide to take the main road, the main southern road across the river. As you come across the bridge, you look to the right at the ruins of the Thirsty Alpaca, and it always unsettles you a little bit at night as the lights start to glow from underneath. Rumors are that this remains of an old tavern are haunted. It collapsed in a few years back, and no one has thought to explore it. People have kind of stayed away from it in general due to the bad luck of it collapsing.
You had me at Haunted Mansion. Are you ready for us to go into a Haunted Mansion today?
To go in there? No, I was not ready for that.
All right, well, just heads up.
I mean, if you want to, what do you want to do? Do you? I mean, like, this has been here. Bob has always had a inkling to go explore this. As much as people have talked about this, Bob has always wanted to go explore this.
Would you say Bob is superstitious at all?
He's not superstitious. He's open-minded.
Okay.
Lady
Open-minded.
Still
Go ahead,
might
Ryan.
mention that. I'm sorry, Lady Still might mention that we can only handle one job at a time, boys. So
But this would be something that every time we walk past it, I would point it out. So you would be used to me just saying, "Hey, let's go there."
So maybe we don't walk past it that much because we end up at the Crook's Nook every time. And
Hey,
Don't
yeah,
eat that part.
hey, and that's why you end up at the Crook's Nook most times is because Lady Syl realizes Bob will want to go. Like, I imagine a conversation of going, hey, there is the runes of the Thirsty Alpaca. And Lady Syl going, not today, Bob. You have a
Bob's
different
like,
job
hey,
to
look, it's a big Ben Parliament.
do. Yep.
I would
Bob,
imagine
there's
that
there's
at
no
one
money in that, Bob.
Exactly. No one is wanting to have that excavated.
I would imagine at
Maybe
one
s-
point Bob got hammered enough to where everybody had to like basically sit on him to keep him from going.
That's fair.
We took him to a different burnt out building.
I have a
thought
question
he was
for
there.
you, Tom.
Yeah.
Is Bob religious?
No.
Now, the only reason I'm asking is because are you aware of Caden Kalian in Galarian?
That's
this
a
sound-
hard negative.
This sounds like Bob's god, if
Is
you
that-
ask me.
Is that the Sil's god?
No.
Is that the god of drunken ghosts?
It's god of drunkenness. Hang on. Where are the deities?
Good friends with my god, actually.
Okay, good friends of.
Yeah, good friends.
I remember being
Let-
mentioned at one point.
Yeah, I love the god Caden Kalian. He's such a
Lystria and Caden have an on and off again relationship, I believe.
I'm doing a little look up here for Tom's sake because this might actually 437 to 440. Oh, Caden Kalian. 435, 437. Caden Kalian, a chaotic good. The drunken hero ascended from mortal life on a drunken dare and became the god of ale, freedom, and wine. Caden promotes freedom and encourages others to find their own path in life. He fights for just causes and delights in best indulgences.
Okay,
Drink,
well,
free slaves, and aid the oppressed. Seek glory and adventure.
that may not be Bob's god, but that's now my god.
Tom now worships Caden Kalian. The anathema of him is waste alcohol, be mean, or standoffish when drunk, or to own a slave. Like, those are not his beliefs. So
I think he would be not
not necessarily
He wouldn't
religious,
be
but a fan
yeah.
of them.
yeah,
More
he
of a
wouldn't be
hero worship, not a devotion.
he wouldn't be devout, but he would pay attention to that. Like he's not gonna like, spend every Sunday going to church and bowing at the feet of Caden Killian, but he's a general follower.
His churches are taverns, pretty much.
Yeah, you know what I mean, though. He's not.
Yeah, you're more a fan of the man than the god. Once he became a god, it was kind of like he sold out.
Yeah, nobody likes to sell out.
It's like the Mel Brooks character in Robin Hood Men in Tights. There's
You fish
there's squirrels, there's birds.
Bless
Bless
the birds.
everything.
Bless the birds, bless the squirrels. All right, so you move south after being pulled away, Bob, from the ruins of the Thirsty Alpaca. Perhaps a new arrival. The town may ask you to clear that out at some point. You move south. Where am I? Oh, I moved too far. Towards the Rowdy Rockfish. I'm looking for
I hate it when I move too far.
Yeah. Oh, it wasn't in this one. See, this is where I'd have the other one. Rowdy Rockfish is a quiet bar, as I said before. I've been through so many descriptions of Otari that I need to find. I have them in like 4 places. Rowdy Rockfish. The Rowdy Rockfish.
Rowdy Rockfish is SpongeBob's, secret in the closet lover.
Yikes.
As you approach, there's a sign depicting a rockfish with his fins up in a boxing pose. It hangs above the door of a 2-story wooden structure. As you open the door, it's really calm inside. It's not rowdy at all. It's behind the bar. You see a young lady named, well, actually an older lady, looking at her picture, named Brelda Venkervale. She's stoic but shrewd. She sits there on her stool behind the bar, hopping down to pass out drinks whenever someone needs one. There's a few patrons in there. I don't know if you can see her. There she is. That's her. Brelda. She hops down off her stool as she sees you. What can I do for you this evening? They're gonna be good, right? She points at the two goblins.
Oh, they're gonna be fine. Yep.
Well, you know us. We've been in here before.
That doesn't mean you won't be bad. Munch, just food tonight, please, okay? I don't want to lose any more chairs.
Okay.
Brelda, I'll be keeping them in line as I always do.
Thank you, Lady Sil. I appreciate that. Bob, what can I get you? I know you'll probably want a drink right away.
Oh, you know it. You might as well give me 2 to start. I'll take 2 of the. Let's go top shelf today.
Ooh. Spending some money tonight, aren't you?
Yeah. It's been a rough one.
Would you guys like any food? She looks at Munch.
Yeah, Munch is still carrying all the stuff, and
Yeah.
he can't see real well.
Without
Munch,
looking
honey.
around, I would order food for everybody. I'd be like, yeah, let's keep it coming.
Munch, honey, you want to put the stuff by the corner over there?
He starts walking the wrong way because he can't see which way she's pointing.
He walks right out the front door.
I was thinking the front door.
Munch, this way,
Munch.
Munch.
Munch is halfway to the kitchen before he realizes.
He'll follow the sounds.
Look out for the chair. She said no more. No.
Make a dexterity saving throw.
There it is.
Or reflex
Reflex
save.
Boom. 6. Natural one for a 6.
Rick kindly put a chair in your way.
Yeah, no
So
more
you-
chair.
Yeah, you trip and fall on the chair. And it falls over backwards. The armor, the spears go sailing up into a big mess on the side.
Well, there were 4 good ones.
One of the patrons just kind of shakes his head and goes back to his drink. Elderly man sitting on the corner of the
Chuck
bar.
just lowers his head, grabs 2 silver out of his pocket, gives it to Revelda, and walks on.
Bob goes
Chair.
over to
Thank
Munch and like kind of picks him up by the lapels and sets him on his feet, kind of like a like what you do to a kid when they're in a snowsuit and they fall over.
Pat him on the head.
Uh-huh.
Yeah,
Um,
I'll pick up the mess. At least make it look a little organized. And I'll set the chair up so it looks like a chair again, but it's obviously not going to hold any weight.
Make a sleight of hand check.
Is that stealth? Or
Well,
there's no sleight of hand in this?
what is it? What is it?
Deception?
Nope.
Thievery?
Yeah, I believe it's thievery. We'll say it's thievery.
Something that's... I am untrained, so... is it 12?
A 12? Yeah, you're able to get the chair to stand up. Like you said, the second someone tries to pull it away from the table, it's going to collapse again. But...
Do I see him doing this?
yeah.
Sure.
I'll go over and try to stabilize the chair with my crafting skill,
Okay.
so that somebody doesn't get hurt.
Make a what is it? Crafting check?
Yeah.
15.
15? Yeah. Yeah, you actually where it is broken and would fall, you're able to you pull a few little bits of bent metal out and some screws and, zing, 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 and get it all kind of back together where it may hold a small being. A
Flings,
medium
goblins,
being.
and gnomes.
A medium being sitting in it may break it again. But it's a functional chair again. For some.
Chuck is used to following Munch around and
Fixing it.
cleaning up after him. This is a thing that he's just used to doing.
Lady, still make a perception check as you pull up to the bar there.
23.
23. Looking at Brelda, she seems off today. Like, she seems in her head.
All right. As I order my mulled wine, can I just say, Brelda dear, is everything quite all right?
Yeah. Oh, hang on, I gotta find his name. I'm just missing my son today. His disappearance is weighing on me. The ownership of this bar, I mean, it used to be his. Lazda is his name. I think he may be gone for good. I know some people said they saw him leaving town with a hooded stranger, but I thought I was holding.
He left. You believe he left Otari without mentioning that to you?
No, he didn't say anything. He just up and left me a note, leaving the bar to me, and I held out hope that he may come back, but it's been a year now. Year to the day. So, but that's my issue, not yours. Nothing for you to worry about here. I'm just a little.
Chuck, as he pounds away at the chair, he's like, "Well, by property law, then the bar is yours by now. So at least you picked that up. So in the deal, it's a good thing."
Is there anything I can get you, Lady Sil? Drink-wise? Wine? Ale?
Yes, I'll have some mulled wine or.
Yes. She brings the mulled wine in a nice stemless glass out to you and sets it in front of you. And she goes over and grabs two big wooden ale mugs that look like they're beat. You can see the edge of the mugs are like, looking at it as a human, you think it was chewed on, the rim of it. But she fills them both and brings them and sets them down in front of Munch and Chuck, and you realize these are the mugs she uses for goblins because their teeth are so sharp that it's just natural that when they drink, their teeth scratch the mugs otherwise. So she has a set of stout oak wooden mugs that she uses for goblins and sets ales in front of them that they typically drink, if they drink. I don't know if you drink, Chuck. Yeah, Bob, Munch. I don't question Munch in vibing, but I didn't know if Chuck was a drinker or not. So you have a nice meal and some drinks here. And the rest of the night kind of goes by without issue. You discuss amongst yourselves anything you want to discuss as far as lodgings or anything like that?
Yeah.
I mean, we're residents now, right? You said so. We're
yeah. So
we have
I would
somewhere to be.
assume we would just go back to our houses and then meet up in the morning. So I would probably discuss or at least bring up, like, what time do you actually want to meet? Like, what do you want to go right when the shop opens? What say you?
Lady Sil flips over just a couple tarot cards and she suggests that we meet again at 7 a.m.
Sounds good.
That seems a little early. How about 6?
No, I would prefer much later than 6.
Now Munch is totally
And then
confused.
Lady Sil says, You don't want to beat the bacon out the door, do you?
Ooh, bacon. So Munch will nod, like, yes, good plan. I like your plan.
And we'll just assume Munch will show up whenever because he doesn't know how to tell time.
Munch is with Chuck.
Munch will go where Chuck goes.
Munch has never been told that bacon comes from pigs, or he doesn't get it. So he thinks pigs are awesome, and he thinks bacon's awesome. He doesn't get the connection that that's where it comes from.
Oh, do you think he'd be sad about it?
He might.
Oh,
he likes
he might
kittens
be.
for sure.
Oh, that'll be Oh, he likes kittens too. Oh, good information. I
Yeah.
like that. Ah.
Lenny?
So you guys end up having your nice night. You discuss meeting. Are you meeting at the shop then? At a place where you could sell stuff, or are you?
Should we meet for
trying-
breakfast? Maybe have some bacon and eggs, and maybe Munch will finally bring his pet around the kitchen for the cooks to feed. Because I would assume you'd have a pet pig, right?
No.
No.
I-
Oh.
Mm-hmm.
Chuck knows that I can't keep a pet. There's no way I'd be
Yeah,
able to
there's-
keep one alive. But when I see one, I
there's-
definitely like gaga over it.
I know there's probably been a couple of times where Munch and a pig have been fighting at a trough.
hmm I was gonna say even like at dinner times, you guys are probably used to it now, but like they, rather than waste the waste products of the food, they bring out a plate of the waste for Munch to eat, so they don't have to store it or haul it away.
You guys cut all the fat and gristle off your steaks and stuff, and then you just scoop that
I
part
mean-
onto Munch's plate.
I mean, I think the kitchen even does that.
Good for you.
The fish
Munch
bones.
has had several pets. He just doesn't understand the concept of restraining them or keeping them inside. So he takes them home and
Then they
cares for
leave.
him for a night. And the
Well-
next morning when he got up for work, the pet would the cat or whatever would
And-
just wander away. So
Odds are
whenever
good they
we go
were
home,
someone
there are a lot
else's.
there are a lot of like alley cats and stuff that visit Munch. They hang around looking for food and scraps because they're used to him feeding them. Considers them as pets.
I like that.
hmm
Oh my gosh, that's brilliant. There are probably several alley cats in Otari, and maybe a few dogs that know Munch,
hmm
and a pig or two.
One. And I imagine that places like the taverns routinely bring some garbage and stuff to their house. And
There is a thing, and it started at the mining camp. The cooks, there was a Munch bowl, and it's just there's now a Munch bowl in most of the taverns in Otari. That if Munch is around, they will bring the Munch bowl out to him.
So gross.
it's like some places keep that compost
Yeah.
bowl on the counter to like put stuff in their composting.
It's probiotics. Come on, it's the reason he throws down.
We could do this all day, but enough
Yeah.
about me.
Yeah, anyway.
Like that was like a God. I couldn't even count how many entendres that had in it. It was great. All right. So you guys meet the next morning for breakfast at the same place, or do you
Simple, sure.
Is there something closer to the actual shop?
to the shop?
The-
What shop are you going to first? Because there's a couple of shops.
The crow's cask is the closest one to I think we go to the Blades for Glades.
Yep, Blades for Glades would be the that's where you
easiest to sell the
armor and
stuff.
weapons.
I would argue that
So-
we would go and sell armor and weapons first because I would just get annoyed at Munch carrying all that shit everywhere.
No, it's like we're heading to breakfast, and all of a sudden you see Munch walking down the street, and you're like, "Nope, we're going to the shop first."
Yeah, that's very
Yeah.
accurate.
Get rid of this before you break another chair.
Before you stab me in the ass with it.
Which happened a couple of times on the way out.
So we see Munch like running towards brunch with like, it looks like he's like that athletic trainer that has to carry all the gear, and there's like gear falling
Mhm.
all over the place. And
Kit boy.
Yeah, Kip Boy.
So you go, and you're about to enter the crow's casks, and Bob's like, "No, let's go get rid of this stuff first." So you move further up the road to the north to 6, which is where Blade's Glades is. It's the primary smithy in Otari, and it is run by a gentleman. I did grab the right book. Where is it? Is it in this book? I don't know if it's in this book. It might have been the other book. Nope, it's the other book. Sorry, my bad. It's run by Carmen Rajani. Name.
Distant cousin to Carmen Sandiego.
That's his picture.
Looks like Hercules.
He is he is arrogant.
Thanks for that, Tom.
Believes he
I do what I can.
as a descendant of one of the founding members of Otari, he's not overtly arrogant, but the way he talks, it seems like he is slightly better than the average person in his own mind. As the bell rings at the door opening of Blades for Glades, he looks up from the work he is doing behind the counter. He's sharpening a sword behind there. Hey, my friends. How are you doing this morning?
Oh, we are wonderful. Good sir.
Excellent. It seems
Hello,
you have wares
Carmen.
for me, huh?
Yes, we are taking a break from our current job, and we are a bit bogged down, as you can see by my friend here.
As
I'll
he's-
my
say
shoulder.
one of the spears ends up sideways when he's coming through the door, and he doesn't understand why he can't get through the door.
that sends him, Carmen Ajani, running around the counter, and he goes to the counter. He's like, no, munch. Hey, wait, you'll go sideways, sir. Come through the door sideways. Yes.
Carmen.
I don't know if I'm French or
came-
Spanish. It's okay.
Or Mexican.
Carmen, we came to you.
A little Scottish is to the start, I thought, but it's a little kind of all over the place. I like this guy.
I'm a
Well
wanderer by nature.
Well traveled.
I am well traveled through Galarian. Yes, lady, so what can I help you with?
Carmen, we came to you because we know that you'll give us top dollar for these beautiful wares.
Oh. Make a persuasion check. I believe it's persuasion.
Is that
There's
a
persuasion or
performance?
a performance or deception, depending on what you're.
I'd say performance more than deception.
Persuasion.
He's not trying to trick him.
Yeah, he's not trying to trick.
Yeah, I'm doing a lot of licks on the lips and blinking of the eyes. So,
Oh, you're being flirty.
yeah.
Is it performance?
Could
Perform.
could be society. No, maybe not.
Is there a
Performance.
hussy roll?
I'm
So you're-
starting. I'm
Roll
starting
for
on
us.
fire today. 19.6 is 25 for performance.
Wow. 25 for performance.
For performance?
He has a kind of a tan skin, but that does not hide the blush that flushes his face relatively quickly. Ladies, yeah, top dollar. You know me so well. Yes, and he kind of grabs your hands and just kind of, look at you. Yes, for my favorite client. And he goes behind the counter again, laying out all the armors and spears. You have 6 armor, 4 spears. What else are you selling?
That's all that I have.
I have my flail and, well, I would tell him I'm selling my shield after I get the spikes off.
So I looked at the
Oh,
thing. We
you-
would have been able to do the spike thing. It says right in there how to install them in the spikes themselves. It's like a 10-minute crafting thing. So
I would have taken the spikes off.
we would have, yeah.
And I have a silver bowl to sell, so I might as well sell that.
Oh, he grabs the bowl and he flicks the edge of it. And he sets it on the counter and he flicks the edge of it and kind of bing.
Is there any water in the bowl?
No, there's no water in the bowl.
Oh, it's not like an automatic filling bowl.
No, the second you took it off the pedestal, the water ceased to exist in the bowl.
That would be a rude trick. You put it in somebody's house upside down, so it just keeps filling, and you end up like.
But you don't know it until you pick the bowl up. It's like putting the glass upside down
Be
in
the
the bar.
first. Be the invention of the first operating toilet in Otari, though.
Oh man, your Sorcerer's Apprentice nightmare.
Um. All right. So you wish to sell your shield? Let's see. I will deal with Munch first. See? Yeah.
C. Yeah.
Okay.
Da.
It's all right. It's all right.
That right.
All right. So, Jeff, what did you say the armor?
So
2 gold.
to purchase armor, leather armor would be 2 gold. Now these are the kobold ones, so
Yep.
I don't think they're going to be in that good condition, and they're probably small.
Lady Sill had made an amazing persuasion check, performance check to flirt with him and get him in bright spirits. So you will get half of what all the. So they're 2 gold for the armor.
Yeah,
So you'll get 1 gold for each armor, and
it was 1 silver per spear. So
yeah, you get 5 copper for each spear then.
okay,
So a total of 2 silver and 6 gold. 6 gold, 2 silver.
okay.
All right. Lady Sill, I shall buy this the silver bowl, this beautiful silver bowl from you for would you say 15 gold?
15 gold sounds.
Isn't that
pretty
bowl worth
reasonable, Carmen.
20
It's worth 5. It's worth 5.
5?
Oh,
God. My bad. Rewind. 4 gold. I will buy it from you for 4 gold.
Cameo!
I thought that was. Wasn't there something that you guys got that was 20 gold?
The emerald was, but we don't know that.
Yeah, you don't know that yet. That's a different shop.
Or
too.
sounds very reasonable, Carmen. That's why I come to you, dear.
Do you have anything else? My lovely. Back to French.
Oh, wee wee. Poo poo.
We see? We see? Poo poo?
We see what?
See we? See? We?
We
Wee-wee?
see wee wee.
No, I need to powder my nose.
I have nothing.
You
else.
have nothing else? Alright. Where is it? I had the list somewhere. I had it pulled up this morning. Because Jeff was so kind to go through it all and post it. Alright. Right, Bob. Hey, Bob. Do you have? You wanted to sell a shield, did you not?
Yes, my fine shopkeep. I am looking
shield
at
and
this-
your flail.
Flail. And I would lay the flail out so it's like stretched out, so you can inspect it
Mhm.
and put the shield.
If I wrote it down correctly, the shield should be 2 gold and the flail 8 silver.
For what they are, what you got to pay
And for what? Yeah, the purchase price.
Purchase price. Okay. 2 gold and 8 silver. Yeah, I would give you 2 gold for it all. Yes.
Yes, that does sound reasonable.
You took shield spikes off of here, yes?
Yes.
It looks. I can polish that up, Teddy's no problem. Are they securely fastened to your new shield?
Yes.
Are you sure?
I think it's a DC. I
um,
think it was a DC 10 or something, and
Chuck-
I'm pretty
Chuck,
sure
go
Chuck
ahead.
could have.
Yeah, I was gonna say, Chuck, go ahead and make a crafting check for moving those spikes.
Oh, that's
D-
fine.
DC 10
22.
crafting check. 22? Yeah, they're on there. You're sure they're on there good.
Yeah.
They were on there almost better than they were on the other shield.
Yep. And I would go, my good man here does a fine job, and pat him on the shoulder. If he says they're good, then they're good.
Chucky called you a man.
You also patted my shoulder, not my head, so I'm appreciative of that at the moment.
Fair enough. Chuck suddenly feels like he's moving up in the world. I got called a man, and he patted me on the shoulder. Wow.
She touched my
Life
leg.
Life is good. Is there anything else that any of you would like to say? Or Chuck, do you have anything?
Nope.
No.
I got all. I took just straight cash.
Cash money.
Straight cash, homie.
Mhm.
Can I add a song to my soundtrack list? All right then. It is wonderful doing business with you. Thank you very much. Hey, boo boo.
Hey, give me the picnic basket.
The man of many voices.
Many but none.
The funny thing is that you guys probably don't know this yet, and I don't know if anyone in Otari knows this, but his voice actually sounds like this. It's probably something, but he figures an exotic voice would drive the prices up.
So he's very monotone, and he sounds like he's a robot.
He actually, yeah, he kind of sounds like this when he's just talking with his.
When you get him drunk, and he
Yeah.
lets his guard down.
When he lets his guard down, his accent completely disappears. So,
That's funny.
So, what would you like to do?
So we would have then. I think we said we were gonna get a healer's tools for, like a second set of healer's tools for Chuck. So we would just have to pick that up somewhere. I don't know if anybody else was gonna make any purchases.
No, but wherever we get the healer's tools, I'll have something to say.
Did you want to try and sell that emerald?
No,
Or have
I
it
don't
appraised?
want.
Nope.
I don't want to.
Okay.
I have a feeling there might be other members of the party who might want me to if they want something valuable.
Anyone know Munch has this emerald? Did
I-
anyone see him grab it?
Saw it for sure.
Yeah.
And I think I
Yeah.
said Munch has been showing this off like to everyone in town. So
Oh, yeah.
because he can't wear it, so he's just like holding it and showing people, and then he's using it as a monocle sometimes.
It's why you broke some of the spears, is because
Yeah.
you don't have a firm grasp on the pile of stuff because you had your emerald in one
Yeah.
hand. And if I look at the sun like this, it makes pretty shapes and colors.
And I'm blind in one eye.
All right. So moving to just like a, is there just a normal shop?
I mean, there's the market, but I think that's kind of more for daily.
One-stop shop for food, tools, and other everyday gear. Yeah, that would be the market. So the
That would be
market would be
everyday
open. So you guys can choose at this point whether you want to go for breakfast first or go to the market.
Well, if we're right next to the market, I would say.
You are not. The market is on the way back to the fishery. It'll be the last
Oh.
thing before the fishery.
Yeah.
So then I would say food.
So you head back to the Crow's casks, have a breakfast with the local farmers and merchants. Bacon, there's eggs. Like, they're the one that always has like the farmer's breakfast style thing. Actually, they have something that Munch likes a lot called the farmer's feed, which is literally just a pile of different meats and eggs scrambled together with cheese on top of it. And
Actually sounds delicious.
there's actually a place somewhere. I think it's, oh, I forget what restaurant. There's a restaurant that's called the Farmer's Feed, and I think it's the what's the name of it over here in De Pere on the west side. Anyways, delicious. So
The black
you have a
honey
nice,
hashery.
not the black honey hashery, although that is delicious as well.
I do love that place.
Yeah.
I have not heard of this place.
The Nicolay restaurant over there by the railway tracks on the west side of the pier. Yeah. I think they're the ones with the farmer's feed. Oh, God, I'm going to have to go there after this. Either that or make my own. I'm really hungry now.
So,
you guys have
so what you're saying is at some point we should do a live stream from the farmer's feed and or from the Nicolay and get the farmer's feed.
Yeah. I may
Eat on stream.
Yeah, I should really get that TikTok account going for the show and do that. All right, so you have your wonderful breakfast that goes by. You're full, fat, happy, ready to set out adventuring. You move towards the Otari Market. The Otari Market opens up each morning. Actually, it's open and bustling already. The earliest citizens are up and doing their thing, grabbing. It's like a farmer's market. It's fantastic. But there's also like other goods and like woven goods, leather armors, leather trinkets, like scabbards, beautifully inlaid, carved out leather scabbards, leather pouches, anything you can think of that you just need for everyday use is here at the market. And I'm trying to figure out who runs the market.
Munch would just like to spend a unfortunately large amount of coin on snacks that he can throw in his backpack for underground.
Yeah. So there are a couple of different kinds of fish that they make into roasted snacks using different spices and stuff. Dory's and Chee's. That's CHI and DORI. Those are different sea-dwelling creatures. Those two in particular, they take the toes of and season them. The Dory toes are seasoned with. Sorry, I can't help myself. Are seasoned with like spices from Southern Galarian and coated with cheese. And then the Chee toes are.
Ooh, those are the puffy ones.
Yes, those are the puffy ones.
So they got the flat ones and the puffy ones.
Yep, you get the flat ones and the puffy ones. The Dories, their toes tend to be like triangular in shape.
It's more like a fin.
Yeah, it's more like a fin. Where the Chees, they're kind of like almost like crabs, and so their legs end up. It's the shell of the leg stuffed with like cheese. And they sell Dory.
Yeah, I will buy a lot of Doritos and Cheetos.
They're very crunchy and delicious.
There's a wizard that found a way to put like empty space in a bag so they don't get crushed in your backpack.
Yeah,
it's like sealed.
Yep. The market is run by a dour, humorless Helino Lathanar.
Easy for you to say.
One thing you do know about Keelino is that he pays handsomely for wolf pelts. You don't know why, but you've never bothered asking him. But anytime someone's got a wolf pelt, he will pay a good sum for it. Almost more than you think someone should.
How much does he have wolf pelts with him?
Yeah, he's got a bunch of wolf pelts with him.
I would buy a smaller wolf pelt and attach it to my armor to kind of give me like a more
furry,
wild look, like on
the shoulders or one shoulder.
One shoulder.
You actually he's got a very, very soft one that you can only assume came from a wolf pup. But it would fit perfectly on your shoulder. It's not cut in the shape of a wolf at all, so you're actually wondering if it was a wolf pup or if it was a part of
just a wolf that was washed that day.
Yeah, maybe a clean wolf, but it is incredibly soft.
Was it a teen wolf?
Maybe. It might have been a fox named Michael. Um,
Bless you. Also, yes, I would
Man.
buy that and
the
then
Michael
attach
J.
it.
Pelt.
Michael J. Pelt.
Mm-hmm.
I'd like to thank everybody for showing up to today's stream. This has been our last one.
I love that we're just poking Tom today.
He's not having enough problems with OBS, so we
Yeah,
gotta
we gotta give him
more
other problems.
Thanks for jinking it, you fucker.
And there goes the stream.
Yep.
Yeah, for a couple silver, like 2 silver, you get a really nice wolf pelt that actually fits on your shoulder really well. Do you want it on one shoulder, or do you want it to be like both shoulders? How does he wear this? It'll cover whatever you want it to cover, because you're buying it for this purpose.
How do you wear this?
You know what? I would
How does it
actually
be-
make it more like a shorter cape. So it would pin on both shoulders and kind of go down the back a little bit.
All right.
So I'm assuming that'd be a little more than 2 silver.
Yeah, probably 3 or 4. We'll say 3 silver. We'll do 3 silver. Yeah. All right. So you grab that. You're anyone have anything else in general that they want to purchase? Nope.
I guess I'm just gonna mention that that the shopkeeper keeps the wraps that I'm interested in around. Just kind of making sure.
One and a half.
That's
How much
pretty
did you want me to
cool.
pay for those Dory toes and Chee toes?
Couple copper, like 3 or 4 copper.
Okay, and he's gonna just pay in gold. So whatever you say copper, I'm gonna subtract in gold. So
Okay.
3 gold.
3 gold.
Okay.
Whoa. Thank you. Lunch.
I think the impression I'm hoping to leave is that every time I walk through the market, they just hand me a bag of them because I've like prepaid.
That's kind of, yeah. You get 2 extra bags
Nice.
today, and you'll probably get more tomorrow just by walking through.
Nice.
That will
And
honestly that will be an ongoing thing now for probably the rest of this campaign. If you come back, or for
Until,
the rest of this adventure.
until like Chuck or somebody notices that I'm doing it, and they're like, "Where did all your gold go?"
Mm-hmm.
Like, what do you mean? I've been buying these snacks.
I'm
like
just
for
saying you're
gold.
gonna get free snacks for a while.
Nice.
Kind of what it is.
Nice.
You prepaid for
Ooh,
days worth of free snacks.
probably gets free samples when he walks up, and they talk
Mhm.
about what the next cool snack would be. He's like, what would be cool is if they made like instruments you could eat. You know, like little trumpets or something, or bugles.
Bugles.
New snack crackers invented.
Yeah.
There's actually probably one vendor that does this. That probably makes like funnel cakes and stuff as well.
Mm.
It's
Why has
literally
today been all about food?
it's literally just a cake that is shaped like a funnel upside down.
I don't know, but I'm going to make frickin' pancakes after this, I think.
Yeah, I think I gotta make some eggs, sausage, hash browns. Are we back, Norm?
Oh yeah, we're good. Yeah, I said we.
Oh, okay, cool.
Yeah.
I was kind of waiting for it. I was kind of waiting for us to be back. All right, excellent. Food talk aside. You finish in the market and you head to the fishery. Tanderville is sitting there at the door when you guys show up. She's like, I saw you guys come out last night. How are things going? I did you find the source of the fish being gone, stolen? What is that, Munch? She looks at your necklace, points at it.
It's pretty, huh? He'll kind of turn in the light and then show her the emerald for sure.
She looks at the emerald and goes, oh, well, that's probably worth a pretty penny, but you notice she gets a little pensive looking at the shell hanging from your neck.
I don't probably notice.
That egg. Huh.
Well, to answer your question, lady,
Yes.
we had to come back up and take care of some business, but we are headed back immediately.
Oh, okay. You find anything so far?
Yeah,
Oh.
give her, Lady Still give her the whole update of, we've seen some
Giant
lizard
spider.
folk down
Undead.
there and a giant spider, and
Kobolds.
there could be any number of reasons that those fish were disappearing so far.
Kobolds and spiders doesn't seem to be enough to account for the amount of fish I am missing.
Just as a question, were you keeping anything in your basement besides fish?
No. Is there something down there besides fish? I mean, clearly
No,
there's a hole in the wall,
but
but I have not gone in
It
the hole in the wall.
it seemed like somebody put forth an awful lot of effort to just get some fish, considering that we're by a big body of water they got fish in.
That is curious. I wonder why.
Curious.
She keeps, as she's talking to you guys, she keeps looking at the eggshell on Munch's neck.
Munch just thinks she's admiring it because he's not great with people.
The three of you can tell she's not admiring it. There's something concerning her. You don't even need to make a roll to realize there's something concerning her.
Lady, what is troubling you? You must tell us.
Do you see? You guys aren't much for mathematics, are you? You
Not
may
a
be,
chance in hell.
Chuck, take a good look at the curve of that shell. Imagine how big that egg had to be. And you start piecing that together, looking at the curve of it, and you realize that egg had to probably be about this big. Probably about, maybe, like, you might have fit in that egg when it was whole.
Probably something not small came out of that.
Yeah, that may be what's ever eating the fish. I'm guessing.
What would have a
The idea of
shell
what
that large?
kind?
Sorry, Rick.
Okay.
There's any number of things that could have a shell that large. The first thing that comes to mind for me, I mean, obviously, because I like reading stories and stuff, is dragons, but dragons don't exist. At least not around here. I heard tale of them far in the north, the Lenorms. Them, the ladies that ride their dragons in the frozen north.
Can
course,
Chuck
yeah.
take a closer look at that shell? He wants to see if it's smooth like an eggshell, or is it more
It's smooth like an eggshell, but
tough?
have you ever seen an eggshell that is kind of like you grab it from the grocery store and it's kind of got like the spidery looking veins in it? Like it looked like it maybe broke or cracked. It's got stuff like that is all like green woven into it.
I'm not gonna lie, that sounds pretty
I don't know
cool.
how
I
much time
kind of
you
like to
guys
have
wanna-
one.
How much time you guys want to take? We could go to the library here and see if we can find any information about egg-laying creatures that would have something similar to this.
As soon as the word library comes out, Munch's eyes glaze over.
Yeah, I know much.
I
Do
mean,
you-
I say a quick conversation with Vandy might help.
You guys know Vandy Banderdash runs the Dawnflower Library.
Can't hurt, and it's better that we know what we're getting in, what we're up against, or at least what it might be.
Do we, and this isn't Munch talking, but do we know if a trip to the library is going to cost us the day? Like we'd have to stay another night because it's across town and investigation and stuff, or
It might take you some of the morning. When you mention researching the egg, you can see that Tamerley is like, kind of is like, oh, well, yeah, maybe, or maybe you could take care of my problem. I mean, I understand it's part of taking care of the problem, and I'd like you to be prepared. I don't want to see you die. I do enjoy your company when you come around. If you feel it necessary, by all means, go ahead. Take some time to research. Just know I'd like this taken care of sooner rather than later.
I would say if it takes just an hour or two, it would be worth it.
There is another option, I believe. Oh, no, it's about the same distance. Odd Stories is a bookstore as well. That's to the north, across from Blades for Glades.
I would assume the library would be a better option.
Quite
And we know
possible.
someone there.
That as well. All right, so you head out to the library then?
do you want to role play the library,
Yeah.
or do you want to sum up?
We can sum up the library here. Actually, we'll role play it slightly. We're not going to spend a ton of time on it, but we'll role play it slightly. Vandy is a cute little round-faced halfling. And she sees you come in, Lady Syl, and she's like, "Lady Syl, it's wonderful to see you this morning. What brings you here?"
Hey, Vandy. You know, we are on a quest and quite secretive, of course. However, we came across a very unique find and hoping you might have some information on it.
Oh, you know me. I'm always ready to recommend a book. Or
Well,
Pieces
it's
of
actually
knowledge.
the knowledge that may have come from a book. And then I kind of point over to the egg.
My word. That is something else. And she walks over to Munch and she just kind of, "May I touch it?"
Munch is all about showing off his cool bling, so yeah, he's super excited.
And she takes it gently. It takes up most of both her hands as she's holding it. She's like, "Oh dear. Where did you get this?" And she kind of lets it go and starts walking away. She says, "Come." And motions for you to follow her. And she's scanning the books on the bookshelf as she's talking to you. She says, "If this is what I believe it is, this could be dangerous." She
That's surprising.
she flips down, she opens up a book, and it's this particular book, if you catch the cover on it, is Magical Beasts and Where to Find Them. And she looks at it and goes, "No, that's not good. That author's not reliable. Sorry about the clap." She claps the book back and puts it back on the shelf and grabs the book next to it and starts flipping through, and she's like, "Nope." And she closes the monster manual and puts it back on the shelf. That's not a very reliable author either. And grabs another book down. Starts looking through it, and Yes. Here. Whelplings and it. And she turns the book and holds it out to you. And there is an entry on green dragons. And there is a picture of a green dragon egg. And it has a very similar pattern on it. Wherever you got that, I would be very careful going.
Upon seeing that,
Looking
Bob
at
would
it.
make a very large groaning noise.
Let me pull this up. I'm going to give you. You can ask me 3 questions about green dragons, if you like, and I
What's
will
their
answer them
weakness?
from the stat block.
Would a party of level 1 survive again? Oh wait.
How, Munch would be like, how many questions do we ask? Does that count as a question? And do you guys have any other questions?
You
Pretty
asked
much
for
3.
you asked for
Pick 3 of them.
vulnerabilities. They. Let's see. Actually, I should be looking at the one in here because it's going to be of the appropriate size.
Adult, right?
Say what? What?
You said appropriate size. I'm like, adult, right?
Yeah, right.
Mhm.
Not the size, it's
Oh,
how
oh,
you
there-
use it.
All right.
Yeah, make sure you have an appropriate sized dragon.
Yes, exactly. I do have an appropriate sized dragon. I've never had any complaints.
Rawr.
Rawr. It does not have any vulnerabilities. Bob.
Cool.
Something else someone would like to ask. You have 2 more questions.
What do green dragons like? I've heard that dragons spew stuff out of their mouths. What does a green dragon spew out?
Poison.
And then, like, in what radius? Is it a cone? Is it a line? Is it a what?
It's a cloud.
Oh, wonderful!
A cone. I'll give you that. It is a poison cone that it will do. Okay, one more question.
How big do they get?
How big do they get? that I need this book for.
The dragon, Bob. It gets enormous.
It's a dragon. Amphibious dragon. Where is it? Where's their sizes? Skill, camouflage.
You never know. Maybe it's a cute little dragon.
Huge.
Does not say size. I wonder if that's in a pretty damn big. Pretty damn big, we'll say that. I'm wondering
Technical
if
answer.
there's a general dragon entry that gives. I was looking for that. I will find you the exact size of it. They get pretty damn big. They get up to ancient.
Pretty damn big.
Yeah, young, adult, and ancient. So
Oh, it's in there.
those are-
It's in their code. It's ancient is gargantuan.
ancient is gargantuan. Where did you see that, Jeff?
I just archived of Nethys. I typed in green dragon, and it's part of their. Where did it?
There it is. It's part of their tags. Yep,
Yeah,
gargantuan.
tags. That's what they're called. Tags.
Yep. Yep. The ancient ones end up being gargantuan, which is I forget what that size is.
Bigger than we need to worry about. Hopefully.
Wouldn't fit in any of the rooms you've
All right.
any of the rooms you've been in so far. The fact that there is an remnants of its eggshell gives you hope that it's relatively small.
True.
So, and
Okay.
we will on the size that they end up being gargantuan, on the fact that they're not, they don't have any not immunities, vulnerabilities, and the fact that they have a poison breath weapon that goes in a cone will leave you there for you to start back into the dungeon next week.
Chuck wanted to do one more thing after getting
Okay,
information
yep.
from the dragon about the
Yes.
dragon, and just talking to the group here. She said that it does poison damage and that it's in a poison cloud. I know that from my alchemical training that you can drink something that makes you more resistant to poison, and maybe we could find some here in town before we go back into the cave.
You
It's called an
believe-
antidote.
Yeah. I'm trying to find it. I
Not
read
cheap.
it. I read where you get them from, and I can't. I will figure out where that store is. But yes, you guys know of the store where someone that would make those.
Good deal. Then we can pick up there next week. Oh,
Absolutely.
is next week Mother's Day?
Yeah.
Yes.
I believe it is. Yes.
Are we all good for Mother's Day?
I'm good for Mother's Day. I think at this point I am still.
Okay, we'll say
Probably okay.
as of right now we're good, but it'll be we'll call it a fluid situation.
Watch the socials.
I had one of those once.
I did too. I was preparing for my colonoscopy.
Anyway, we are Two Nerds One Quest. We are here every Sunday morning, 8:30 a.m. Central Time. We may or may not be here next Sunday, but we'll be here the Sunday after. Follow us. Ooh, that was loud. Follow us. Twitter, patreon.com/nerdsrequest. Discord, bit.ly/our fun Discord. Join it. Have fun. Talk to us about music and movies and games. All sorts of fun shit. Yeah, oh my. Yeah, if you want to support the show, patreon.com. Otherwise, tell other people about the show. Let other people know about the podcast. Podcast drops Wednesday mornings, usually around 7:30 a.m. Central Time. Get the podcast. Tell others about it. Give us ratings and reviews wherever you get your podcasts from. Do it. I dare you. For me. For Rick. For Cooch. For Genius. And for the DMJC. We shall catch you maybe next week.
In the future sometime. Roads? Where we're going, we don't need roads.
Road.
Speaking of a fox named Michael.
And I would have put us to music. I would have put us to music a while ago. But alas, I could not. All right. If you're in chat, go to tommnorm.showbot.tv. Vote on show titles.
Should be very interesting.
We have a lot of titles. I'll read through them. One Night Stand in Otari, Rick Chuck, Banderdash, Fun Names, Pinball Munch, The God of Drunk Ghosts, Goblin Bugs, Toothy Drinkers, Spike the Munch Bowl, Munch and Brunch, Where in Otari is Carmen Rajani, Licks of the Lips, Roll for Hussy. I don't know how to spell we, so we see da poo.
Je suis
An O-U-I.
We see da poo.
It looks like juicy.
Yeah, I don't know how to spell we. I'd have to look that up. So it's like we.
To me, it looks like Je suis da poo.
Poking at Norm, Doritos and Cheetos. Having an appropriately sized dragon, a fluid situation.
I really like a fluid situation, but it was like not really the campaign itself that was that caused that.
Made me smile a lot. I'll go with that one, and then because I liked it.
Mm.
Roll for Hussy made me laugh too. Oh, good shit.
So what's everybody doing today?
Going
Well,
to see
I-
Guardians of the Galaxy Part 3.
Nice. John, I'll add 2 songs to your list.
Okay.
The Fighter came up with Paul Simon, and Pet from A Perfect Circle.
Nice. There we go. Yeah. The all blinged out was the more money, more problems.
Oh my.
And then yeah, I don't know who started singing How Do You Want It? I think it was Jeff.
Mhm.
And then of course Rick asked Chuck with his popular song Never Gonna Give You Up. That song will not leave you, Rick. It's gonna, sharing a name with that guy is just gonna lead to that joke being made with you over and over again.
It's the theme. It's the theme for FIFA.
Yep.
You should make your main campaign's character named Lee.
Lee.
Rick as Lee.
Rick Asley.
Rick Astley.
I was gonna ask, can we heal up all our hit points then? We would have.
Yeah.
And then I think there is a rest button. I'm not sure if it just does all your spells back and stuff.
I think it does. I think it will do all your spells back. And...
I am 1 spell down, so we'll find out.
Yeah.
Or if it messes with all your inventory and you have to go pick all new spells or whatever the case is.
Yeah, I don't know. Looks like it just healed my spells. So.
Okay.
All right. So I'm gonna have to
Rock
pick
and
a
roll. Back
pick a
at it
winner.
next week.
Heck yeah.
Oh.
Yeah, I started reading about Otari. There's still a bunch of people in Otari that have, yeah, like Otari's such a fucking cool place for a little village. I'm like, yeah.
All right, we're doing Dory Toes and Chee Toes as our title.
Doritos.
Nice.
Yeah.
Oh,
That's too good to pass up.
that is, yeah.
Nice. That was kind of started with an offline conversation about Munch just wasting his money on things.
And Jeff said Doritos and Cheetos, and I went, well, how can I do this?
We can do it.
I can do it. I can make these. They'd be
Yes.
the toes of something. Both of
Yes,
them.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Yep. Yeah, it's fun.
Yeah.
Which is funny because Dory is the fish from Finding Nemo.
Mm-hmm.
And she doesn't have toes.
She doesn't have toes. Dory's do though.
The equivalent of toes that fish have.
Yeah, they're fins. They're the fins, the bottom fins, not the dorsal fin, but the.
So probably the Chee toes were invented first, and then someone was like, "Well, these would be a lot easier to package if they were flat."
Yeah.
And they went, "Well, we're gonna still call them toes, so people associate them."
Cheese are like crawfish, that have bigger legs that you can end up being about the size of Cheetos.
Mm-hmm. And the Munch is gonna be in there like, you can make different flavors.
Mm-hmm. I imagine
This
that
is gonna be
Munch.
Munch's.
He's got a relationship with this food vendor at the market that
Mhm.
it is and not everything they create. These two have ended up being very, very popular, but there's been some awful shit they've created.
Mm-hmm. Oh yeah, the fish flavored ones didn't go over well. The original flavor.
Yeah, and there was this stuff that they ended up making one time. What the hell is it called? That really gross shit in Canada and England. No, Marmite.
Marmite.
They made Marmite one time,
Mm.
and it didn't end up going so hot.
Mm.
Sardines are
Munch's
like a
post-campaign
50-50.
job will be food vendor here in Otari. We'll
Yeah.
run into Munch occasionally.
Oh, he's doing well, being funded, but pretty much exclusively by Munch's inability to understand coins and value.
And direction.
Yeah.
And lots of other things. And time.
I love playing dumb characters.
I love the like character building that got done a bit today. like Bob's curiosity about the remains of the
ghost
that one
house.
and Chuck's Chuck's tinkering and fixing things that Munch destroys as he walks around. And then just Munch's relationship with the thing, with the vendor there, and then Lady Syl just going to the temple and it's like, hey, and the Ryan, the tarot card
Tarots.
thing. I was like, ooh, I like that.
Yeah, I mean that's part of her shtick, right? She tells the future a little bit, or at least feels like she can. So that's how
here's a
she's
question.
going to do that stuff.
Would she have a Ouija board to take to the haunted house?
No, but she does have her tarot deck and a little bit of occult knowledge. So
I feel like that's a side quest if we're ever down some people. I feel like that's a side quest for Cooch and I.
I think it would be a fun place to be for all of us, really.
A night at the haunted house.
Mm-hmm.
It may actually end up happening. Like, I have
Maybe.
plans. When you said you wanted to jump into it today, I'm like, we can? I was planning on hiring you guys later? Or having you guys hire you guys later?
Well, Chuck was practically dead. He wasn't about to start wandering in a haunted house at that point. So if Bob wanted to go, he was going by himself.
True.
So be it.
Yeah, you might have been away from your computer, Tom, but you can heal up and take a rest.
Yeah, I
Your
did that.
Okay.
Lady Syl says one job at a time. Your next job may be to clear that. You may have some assistance in clearing that as well
Mhm.
from
Sounds awesome.
other worlders.
Nice.
All right.
That seems like it would be a very good location to reconstruct for TBD.
Mm-hmm.
Just saying.
Clear it out.
Some
Claim it
full-
as our base.
You have a habit of doing that. The TBD was founded on clearing out a whole superstitious tavern.
Mm-hmm.
Why would we stop now?
All right. I'm going to.
Dump us to somebody.
Nobody is on that we can go raid.
Ooh.
So, thanks for popping in, chat. Thanks for sticking with for the 20-second crap out, which
You're welcome for that.
is going so well. Yeah, I don't have a good answer for that, so I'm gonna try some different software altogether. So we shall see. We'll see what happens.
Yeah, it's
Find
not
a different
ideal.
broadcasting software?
Hmm?
You can go find a different broadcasting software?
Well, I mean, I use OBS. There's Streamlabs OBS. There's probably like 4 or 5 different streaming things I can do to see.
Doesn't like Twitch have their own, but it's like severely dumbed down or something like that?
Yeah, kind of, sort of, not really. I'm gonna take a look at some stuff and see what I can do. But yeah, this is a dumb problem to have.
To keep having.
Well, and it's a completely 100% fresh install. Like, I did the recommended settings. Like, I didn't add anything. I didn't remove anything. I didn't change any of the settings at all.
Weird. Weird.
And was anything noticeable happening when it went down? Like
Other than
anything
you,
like your-
other than you saying it didn't go
other
down
than
yet.
you right, that part. No,
No.
like loading any pictures or adding anything, connecting anything.
I don't think so.
You know,
back
power
and-
surge.
No, I mean, this computer should be able to do everything seamlessly. Like I'm running at 1080p 60 frames per second, like without any issues. I'm streaming along with having music, 3 instances of Discord up. Like I'm doing stuff I've been doing for the last couple of years, and yeah, I don't know. Tis dumb.
All right, everyone, make sure you added your gold and whatever other inventory from this time. And seriously, Munch does not